I used to think getting out of my comfort zone would change my life. That's what everyone says, right? Take risks, say yes to new things, stop overthinking. So when my coworker invited me on a weekend road trip to a remote cabin in the mountains, I said yes without asking too many questions. It was supposed to be simple. 3 of us, 2 nights, no signal, no distractions, just hiking, drinking, and getting away from everything. At least that's what I thought. The drive took about 6 hours. The further we went, the worse the roads got. Eventually, pavement turned into gravel, and gravel turned into a narrow dirt path that barely looked like it was meant for cars. I remember joking that if we broke down out here, no one would ever find us. No one laughed. By the time we reached the cabin, the sun was already starting to set. It sat completely isolated, surrounded by dense forest on all sides. No neighboring houses, no lights in the distance, just trees. The place itself looked older than I expected. The wood was warped, the paint was peeling, and the windows had this cloudy, almost dirty look to them. It didn't feel abandoned, but it didn't feel lived in either. That should have been my first morning. Inside, it was surprisingly clean. Not spotless, but not neglected either. There were 3 beds, a small kitchen, and a living room with an old couch and a fireplace. No photos, no decorations, nothing personal. It felt like a place people passed through, not a place anyone stayed. We spent the first few hours settling in, unpacking, and trying to make the place feel a little less empty. By the time it got dark, the mood had shifted. Not in an obvious way, nothing dramatic, just quiet. Too quiet. No wind, no insects, no distant sounds, just silence pressing in from all sides. Around midnight, we decided to head to bed. I took the room closest to the front door. My friends were down the hall. I remember lying there, staring at the ceiling, unable to sleep. Something about the place felt off, like I wasn't supposed to be there. I must have drifted off eventually, because the next thing I remember is waking up suddenly. No sound, no movement, just awake. At first, I didn't know why. Then I heard it. A soft knock. 3 taps. Coming from the front door. I froze. I told myself it was nothing. Maybe a branch hitting the wood? Maybe I imagined it. Then it happened again. 3 slow, deliberate knocks. I sat up in bed staring at my door. My heart was pounding so loud I could hear it in my ears. "Hello?" I called out. No response. I grabbed my phone. No signal. Of course. I stepped into the hallway and saw that my friends' doors were still closed. No movement. No voices. Either they were asleep or pretending to be. The knocking came again. Louder this time. 3 knocks. Always 3. I don't know why I did it, but I walked toward the front door. Each step felt heavier than the last. The air felt colder, thicker, like I was walking into something I couldn't see. I stopped just a few feet away from the door. "Who's there?" I asked. Silence. I leaned closer, trying to hear something on the other side. That's when I noticed something. The door handle. Slowly. Turning. I stumbled backward as the handle twisted all the way down. But the door didn't open. It just stopped. Then the knocking started again. This time from the other side of the cabin. I turned around. 3 knocks, coming from the back door. My stomach dropped. I ran down the hallway and banged on my friends' doors, yelling for them to wake up. They came out, confused and half asleep. I tried to explain, but before I could finish, knock, knock, knock. Front door. Knock, knock, knock. Back door. At the same time. We all heard it. We all froze. Then something new. A voice. Faint. Muffled. Coming from outside. "Let me in." It didn't sound right. The tone was off. Flat. Almost like someone trying to imitate how a person should sound. "Please let me in." One of my friends whispered, "Is someone out there?" Before anyone could answer, the voice changed. It got closer, clearer. Now it sounded like me. "Open the door." My blood ran cold. I hadn't said that. None of us had. The knocking stopped. Silence. Again. Then, a loud bang against the front door. The whole cabin shook. We backed away, instinctively moving toward the center of the house. Another bang, this time from the back. Whatever was out there, it wasn't alone. We didn't wait for a third. We grabbed our keys and ran. I don't even remember unlocking the door. I just remember sprinting to the car, not daring to look behind us. As we drove off, I made the mistake of checking the rearview mirror. Something was standing in the doorway of the cabin, tall, still, watching us leave. But even from that distance, I could tell something was wrong. It looked like a person, but it wasn't moving, not even breathing. And its face looked exactly like mine. We didn't stop driving until the sun came up. We never went back, we never reported it, and we never spoke about it again. But sometimes, late at night, when everything is quiet, I hear it. 3 soft knocks right outside my door.